You're CLX Force 1111. Thanks for tapping. Hey, what's happening? Yamasee. What's going on? Yamasee. GB Biz, Sirenson. What's good? Ed, what's going on? Ed Morning 77, Mr. underscore hold underscore water underscore. What's going on? Always good to hold water. Gutter underscore magazine. Thanks for tapping in. The underscore house underscore of underscore Sufyan. What's going on, man? It's been a minute. Peace. Charlotte in the building. What you know about Creektown? That's where my family hail from. Spent a lot of summers in Creektown. Made a lot of money in Charlotte. I retired from Charlotte, from the thing. Meech and the Flores twins, because they trying to say Meech wasn't really that big. I mean, Meech was absolutely big. Now, that big? Flores twins big? No, he wasn't Flores twins big. Couldn't be Flores twins big. He ain't Mexican. You know, and I had other friends that were bigger than him at the same time. They just didn't operate like him. They kept it low. You know what I mean? They used to tell me, they used to be like, yo, I love the fact that your man is doing it like he doing it, man. Ain't nobody paying no attention to us. I swear to God. I swear, he's like, yo, I'm glad your man doing it like that. He ain't paying attention to us, man. They got all the attention. I think my camera might be a little smudgy. See that? Peace of God. Foxbody underscore 5.0 was good. My man, the original. The original? No way. That's not the original, like the original that first did the first inside cover of Don Diva magazine, bought that inner space, that inside the cover and first page, that full layout. That's not that the original. It's like my man, the original. Is it? Could it be? Could it be? That's what's up. You in Charlotte, North Carolina too? That's what's up. Go to magazine. Like I said, man, my family hail from what you call it? My family hail from Creektown. So I've been going to Charlotte since 72, 73. I've been going to Charlotte a long time. Long time. Then in the 90s, I came to Charlotte, started getting money, put my cousins on, started getting money. Used to be all up in all the spots. Kings and Queens was my favorite club in Charlotte back in the days. I used to be at all the spots. From East Orange. Oh, you only been in Charlotte for 10 years. Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to be in East Orange back in like, was that 79, something like that. Back in like 79. My best friend, his grandmother used to be the principal of our private school, St. Thomas, which was in Harlem. And I used to go and visit them for the weekend. They lived in East Orange. And this is back in the days of Devil jeans and Jordache jeans and Calvin Klein jeans, when that was like, hot. And, of course, bubble jackets and shit like that. And East Orange, they was low, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have stuff like that. They didn't have access to the fashions and shit like that. And back then, it'd be like 30 niggas that'll rob a nigga and take his clothes, like his shoes, his jeans, his shirt, his jacket, his hat, and like, I don't know what 40 niggas did with all that shit. I don't know whether they pass it around or you wear it on Tuesday and I wear it on Thursday. I don't know how that went, but they used to do that shit. East Orange niggas was grimy. They used to have this shit. They used to be like, yo, I'm going over. Talking about going to New York. like they were, like, it was like Escape from New York or something like that. Like there was some kind of wall they had to scale. It's like, yo, I'm going over. Talking about they get ready to go to New York. Yo, I'm going over, man. I'm going over. You know, it's like, okay, cool. Just get on the motherfucking bus, and in about 25 minutes you'll be in fucking the bus terminal in 42nd Street. Like, calm down, nigga. you 15 years old and you ain't never been to New York. What the fuck? Tommy_Brown_7. What's poppin'? Hey, Tom Mills, man, where the fuck you at, nigga? Where you at, nigga? Scared of your pop? Fifth City. What's that? Did that go? Did that nigga go? That nigga gonna show up, son. Yeah, yo, that nigga scared, boy.
Son. Pulling into the crib.
What's up, son?
What's up?
Shit. Rec 1226. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace to you.
What's up?
Oh, that's what's up. Lessons, Gutter Magazine. You see what he said, bro? He said Don Diva greeted Gutter Magazine. I appreciate the homage, bro. I really do. You know, a lot of people.
What up, bro?
A lot of people did that. Buyer, what's going on? Baltimore, bro. Buyer_CEO_2014. What's popping? What's goody? Creek Daniel in the motherfucker. Peace to you, champ. P.O. Box. You want to send me some products? Okay, House Supian. All right. I think I noted that. By the time we get off of this, I will have forgotten. Where the fuck is my? So what's good, son? What's the latest, man? What's popping, man?
Oh, man, just chilling right now. I had to pull up on the homies. They doing, I think they going to Napkin Wars. They going to Napkin Wars tonight. They would let me know.
So,
you know, what?
Is that spot that you said EO was a small Harlem? What makes you say that? I'm curious as to why you would say EO was a small Harlem. When was it a small Harlem? Because it was a suburb like Harlem. I'm gonna get right back to you, son, about that Napkin War fool assness, right? Hold on a second. But he said EO was a small Harlem. It's funny the kind of perspectives that people have about where they're from and the places that they may have seen through some medium or even maybe visited. And really, like, even Harlem today, the Harlem today, that's not my Harlem. That's not the Harlem I grew up in. First of all, wasn't near white person living in Harlem when I was born. None at all. Right? Wall-to-wall dope fiends, dope blocks, open air drug markets from end to fucking end. Okay. Lots of, rich niggas running around, and talking about you between 110th Street from Manhattan Avenue, or really from 8th Avenue down to Lenox Avenue, up to 55th, not even up that far, say 45th, say the Hill. You might have had 100 millionaires in 1974. You had 100 niggas riding around in the biggest, most expensive cars that there were, and all of them had $200,000-$300,000 in the trunk of their car just in case a dice game broke out or something like that. Like, it was a whole other world, unlike any other place ever, anywhere. Like, I was in East Orange in the 70s, late 70s, and I'm from Harlem. Not the same. Not the same. You said a small Harlem, so I don't know, maybe there were some correlations during your time. You're probably younger than me, so there's probably some correlations between the Harlem that you grew up and then was able to develop an awareness. Because I mean, it ain't like a nigga paying attention to much or nothing, right? Nigga ain't paying attention much. If you was born in 1990, you wasn't aware of the world until 2013 at best. If you was really an advanced kid, but probably 2016, 17, you really started looking around. And 2020, 22, before you really started understanding anything of what you were seeing. And what it was when you were born in 90 is not at all what it was by the time you started really being able to understand what was going on around you. A lot of people grew up with a lot of misconceptions about their reality, about their experience. A lot of people. And hip hop really, like, it really fucked niggas' perceptions of reality up. Like, niggas started interpreting what they were seeing through the wordplay of rappers who like to flower things up and you know, make things, you know, look like something or sound like something glorious or glamorous because they, you know, they're fantasizing. You know what I mean? And they gave people misconceptions to build on, you know, alternate realities to create for themselves. You know, that's why there's so much like dumb shit. That's why there's so much dumb shit in the world. Like for real. You know what I mean? Like, cause you know, motherfuckers got a lot of misconceptions about reality and they love it. And then they got other people to encourage them. Like, yeah, the bullshit, yeah, the bullshit. We know the bullshit. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like that's just the reality of it, you know? Your mom's working on 138th and Lenox. Where she worked at? 138th and Lenox. You got Harlem Hospital. Harlem Hospital between 135th and 136th. Then you got the that building, that little short brown building between 136th and 137th is like became a shelter probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago maybe. And then there's a building, a residential building. It's a residential building now on between 130. That's the block that has the post office in it at the 5th Avenue end of 138th Street. So where did she work? Bayer said Bill Blast. I forgot all about Bill Blast. Motherfuckers definitely used to go crazy for the Bill Blast shit. I had a mean Bill Blast blazer. Mean Bill Blast blazer. And I used to rock my black leather what they call the hats. Confederate hats. In the days, the Confederate hats and shit. They were popular for a minute. Oh man, we were flying EO. New York cats used to envy us. Oh no, when are you talking about? When did that happen, bro? I think that's a misconception. Cause I don't know when was that? When were East Orange guys being envied by New York guys? The flyness of when were New York guys envying the flyness of East Orange guys? When was that? What era was that?
Jersey always trying to get credit.
What was that?
All the niggas I was just around, they was all Jersey niggas. All the niggas from Newark and stuff. And they swear, you go down Newark, you shit real. I'm like, it's real everywhere, but Jersey niggas wanted to be New York niggas. Like, it's just kind of like the fact.
That's true. That's always been true. That's true. I mean, you know, but that was a different New York. Yeah. That was a different New York. Like in that time, see, when back in the late 70s, early 80s, when Jersey guys were getting visits from their cousins like myself, bringing style, fashion, attitude, music that they weren't hearing. It was like, yeah, I want to, you know, I want those. You bring me some of those sneakers, or bring me that, or bring me this, whatever, right? And that generation that grew up with me, they were the first generation that was on like, we want to be like New York. You know, we're gonna start doing like the New York guys do, because once you got past, like, say, once you got past Newark and started, you know, moving south of Newark,
Suburbs.
especially coming from New York, especially coming from, like, you know, like that New York, everybody was country. Everybody sounded the same except Baltimore. Baltimore never sounded like anybody, but everybody sounded the same. And they all talked like this. They all had Southern draws. They all talked like this. I'm talking about Trenton, New Jersey, all those, all the way down, all through, you know, the going south of fucking, you know, Trenton. Everybody sound like this. They talk like this. They sounded just like this. That's fact. That generation is the generation that started to kind of want to adapt New York style, New York attitude, and all that, whatever. So the cats that came behind them, the cats who were born in the latter 80s and early 90s, the guys who they grew up under in Jersey, those are the first generation of guys that were really taking on the New York style and attitude and behavior. So they got it from them, but they didn't know that they were getting it from somebody who got it from New York. So they thinking this is a Jersey thing. It's not a Jersey thing. It's a New York thing.
Like
but that's
Atlanta now. It's like Atlanta now. Like all these dudes in Atlanta wearing designer and Gucci and like they wearing all the designer stuff, and that was never the Atlanta style. That was never the Atlanta mindset. Like they were all like old school classic cars. You know, foreign cars was some New York niggas did, some up north niggas things. And once they came down here and appropriated their culture, it was just like now it's such a clash. You can't really see and identify Atlanta over, you know, other things.
That's right. What's up, Clem? You see Clem?
Yeah.
What's up, Clem? Salute, family. So see, when we first moved to Atlanta, you were 9 or so.
10th. I was in 5th grade, so I was like 11.
No, you weren't 11.
Yeah.
You might have been going on 11.
No, we was active in Virginia. We was having sex with girls in the neighborhood and stuff. We was, by the time 5th grade, we was on the whole, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's so crazy. And
we were kids from the Bronx, so then we moved down south. So
yeah, it was crazy.
The level of advancement was gonna be different.
That was crazy. I mean, that's how a lot of shit got fucked up in the South and all of that, because New York people bringing New York behaviors and attitudes down south, right? But I was bringing y'all, you know, down that way, you know, by way of Virginia Beach, by way of Jersey, because we did move from New York to Teaneck, to Hackensack first. And we were there for about 4 years. Then we moved to Virginia Beach. We were there for a couple of years, and then we moved to Marietta. And it was all about giving y'all a high quality of life and moving you further away from the kind of shit that goes on in a city like New York. Yeah. But when we got there, y'all were young, so y'all didn't, y'all didn't leave Marietta unless I brought y'all down to the city to go to, like, the zoo or go to the
Tony
aquarium.
And house.
You know what I mean?
Tony and Philip, they lived on like Campbell. They lived in the hood.
That's true. That's true.
So we used to go kick it over there. And
true. I wonder what they're up to. That's crazy. I wonder what they're like now. It's been years.
I remember Tony one day.
What was he like?
He was chill. They was always cool. It was Philip that was like, yeah. That's why we threw him in the ant pile.
Oh, I remember that. That was foul. That was fucking foul, man.
That ant pile was big as shit.
That's foul, bro. That kid got towed up.
The washing machine and dryer. You left kids to wash kids. Like, what do you think we was gonna do?
That's true. Same shit we used to do.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when what y'all weren't seeing of Atlanta that I was seeing when we got there was niggas was wearing like satin flowy shirts that were open down to here, to the sternum, with these hairdos that were like, it was like finger waves, and it went up like that. It slanted down the side, and those were the fly dudes. They had finger waves that went like that. And like, you know, they were riding around in their caddies and that kind of shit, whatever. That was Atlanta. That was Atlanta. That was Atlanta. You know, um, and you know, they didn't really move outside of their zones either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They did move
East
outside
side,
their
stay
zone.
east side, south side, stay south side.
Yep.
People did not go to their different hoods.
Yep. But you know, that's how it was everywhere. That's how it was in Bmore. That's how it was in DC. That's how it was everywhere. New York guys are the ones that went into these places and started, you know, like, first of all, nigga, I'm all the way from another state and I'm moving all around. I'm all over your city. I done been in parts of your city you ain't never been in your own city. I've been here 2 weeks. You've been here 19 years, and you ain't never been on the east side, or you from the east side, you ain't been on the west side, and that influenced cats to start moving around more in their own cities after, you know, after a while. Um, the New York influence, man, the New York influence, that New York attitude, that fuck it, nigga, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. That shit is gone. It's gone. It's gone. New York ain't that no more.
It
That's a
definitely
fact.
ain't.
And I don't give a fuck how nobody feel about it. I'm qualified to speak on it. I've been outside. A lot of niggas wasn't outside. A lot of niggas my age, they wasn't outside. A lot of niggas my age was going inside. When the street lights came on, nigga, I used to be out there with niggas 5 and 6 years older than me. No little niggas was outside. I'm 9 and my niggas I'm running with is 14, 15 years old. All the niggas my age is in the fucking house.
Yeah.
That was common. I'm talking about 90% of them. Niggas could stop the bullshit. Niggas just got outside like come 85, 86. You know what I mean? And a lot of that had to do with a lot of niggas' mothers and fathers was getting fucked up on that shit, and they were losing structure in their homes. You know? And their parents were getting old, and they were coming up and growing and coming into their own, and you know, and so much was happening. The draw to the street was so strong that niggas was willing to risk getting kicked out. And a lot of niggas did. Niggas was willing to risk getting beat the fuck up by their father. And a lot of niggas did. They did it again anyway, okay? Because they didn't want to miss it. Niggas go to the rooftop and get home and get beat. And go to Skate Key, get home and get beat. You know what I mean? Or, yo, I got to stay at your house, man. I can't. They said if I don't get in the house by 10 o'clock, that the door going to be locked. And niggas be sleeping on their fire escape. You know what I
Damn.
mean? Like, niggas acting like, you know, they was doing a whole lot of shit they wasn't doing. For real, for real. And they think that either everybody that was there is dead or everybody that was there is in jail or nobody remembers. I don't know why, but yeah, we remember, nigga. Remember who y'all was and who y'all wasn't. Oh, new made up ass motherfuckers. Um, I wanna uh I wanna talk about your perspective on all this shit about every time I look at a post, no matter what the post is about, it could be about any fucking thing. It could be about Gaza, or it could be about um you know a fucking police chase, or it could be about, you know, another white guy getting arrested, another youth pastor or cop or judge or some shit or priest getting busted for raping children. And everything is, see, that's what the Democrats want. And the Democrats is another, or the Republicans, like it everything. It doesn't matter what it is. What the fuck is that? Like, what's
Um.
is that robots doing that?
Yeah. It's a lot of it's a lot of bots on social media. Then it's that time right now. So bots would be pushing people to the propaganda of voting and paying attention to that and pushing that idea in their head. So, you know, it just gonna pick up around this time.
And shit
It just
is crazy. It's like, yo, what the fuck does this have to do with Democrats or Republicans, my nigga? These niggas is talking about, like, you know, Beyonce's album, you know?
outrage
Like,
culture. It's just outrage culture. I'm mad, you mad, we gonna vote together. We stand together because we both mad at the same things. Is everything is about inciting emotion in everybody. So if they could incite, elicit random emotions in you, and then monetize it in the idea of votes, then they'll do that.
I mean, what do you think? Alex asked me earlier. He asked me if I had if I'm on Twitter. And I say, I got Twitter accounts, but I don't fuck with it because of this dude Muskrat. And and it's like, what's up with him? What's your issue with him? I said, well, first of all, this push for this, undoing DEI, that, especially coming from somebody who was raised in apartheid Africa, like that's some real suspect shit. Not even suspect. It's overtly, like, you're overtly a fucking racist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't feel no kind of way about it. You got a major platform, and you're not being protested or nothing for espousing this type of shit, this type of rhetoric, and it's anti-black rhetoric. And so, Alex being from Colombia and having come here when he was like 9 or 10 or something like that, and he's about to turn 32 soon. Like I was just saying earlier about a person not really being apprised of the world until they get about 16, 17 years old. And even then, it's just a very narrow scope. It's just whatever matters to me at 16, 17. I don't give a fuck if the world's about to blow up. Where the girls at? You know what I mean? I want to ride my bike. I want to, I want to go to movies. You know what I'm saying? So only really in the last few years is he coming into some degree of awareness about the world at large. And again, you have no perspective on what the experiences have been in this country for melanated people that made the advent of DEI necessary.
Yeah.
So essentially, you have no opinion on that.
Because it doesn't affect you.
It doesn't affect you. Although you benefited as a young Hispanic who came, into the country and was able, at 23 years old, he was an assistant bank manager at a major bank. Your ability to do that, to have that experience in this country, was based on the fact that my ancestors, my predecessors, in my lifetime, went through things to demand and bring about these conditions that gave us opportunities that there was a very deliberate and overt system to prevent us from fucking having. Mm-hmm. And your group was able to co-opt that, and you were able to benefit from it. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting to me that there are so many people, and even people in our own community. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that we don't have a community. We have a collective. We have a group. There is no common unity. Like I said the last time we spoke, there's no common unity. Let's not put forth false premises, and confuse people. There is no black community. There is no black community. Okay. You have black people who are in a certain class, and then you got, the rest of them who are below the poverty line or teetering on the poverty line. You know what I mean? And but there's no black community. It's a black group, I guess. But a lot of them don't have the wherewithal. They don't know any more about what has transpired in this country prior to them coming into this country. Coming into the world, or coming into awareness of the world, that led to the circumstances that made all these equality programs necessary. They don't know shit. So they're just as willing to let that shit go as anybody else. They're like, what difference does it make? What difference does it make? Because you don't know what the fuck. You don't have no clue as to what you want.
Your parents making sacrifices, and because you don't know sacrifices that they made, it's like, well, you like, they ain't even do no old stuff I was asking them. You like, you don't know what they did to do what they had to do for you, so you can't, say they didn't do the things that you wanted when you don't know the sacrifice it took for them to just be your parents and accomplish what they did do. So you can't disregard that based upon you just not knowing. You just ignorant, but it doesn't make it not value.
That's a fact. How come you don't talk more like this on your platform? How can you be talking? How come you be sounding like this and talking like that? Like, how could you be talking like that, nigga? You from fucking New York City, bro. You ain't from Atlanta, my nigga. You grew up there. You ain't from Atlanta. You talking like that? Like country shit.
It's social media.
Oh,
It's just a character. It's just
my
yo.
man Jay Red, one of the young homies that became affiliated with me. Buyers laughing. um, um, when I was doing my live series, the Don Diva series, he said that first he commented that rejecting blackness or black people is the first step to being accepted by white America. And I sent them emojis like that target and shit. Like, yeah, that's a fact. And then he said they know the sacrifice, but it's not beneficial to side with black Americans. Why is it not beneficial? First of all, what do you think about that, son?
I think that's true. I think it hasn't been beneficial to Black Americans because we don't stand together. So it's not even, it's not a value in standing behind or with a community that's not really an organized community. It's just a bunch of random people that have, different levels of success or, what's the word? Well, or a voice. They have a different platform that they're able to magnify their voice, so people listen to them. But those aren't always the people that have impact or need to be speaking because they don't. They're just the people that's the loudest, and that's kind of how it goes. If you the loudest person, like a Sukiyana or Sexy Red, and the things that you're saying is going to be heard by the masses. It don't mean you're necessarily right. It's just how information is disseminated and what's picking up and what people are gravitating towards.
You see that?
Yeah.
He said, you remember when you were driving the Don Diva van? He was like fucking 14 years old and shit.
Man, he's everywhere in that damn van.
So, Sukiyana, you said, and
Yeah.
Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea who the fuck you're talking about. I don't
You
know
know who
who the fuck those
Sukiyana is. You was like, who this girl talking about? She gonna lick some ass and eat men's booty holes, and then she was talking about I don't know what new musician stuff is because I ain't no musician. She was just
the short bus girl.
Yeah. But that's not really who she is. That's just an idea that she's perpetrating because it's gotten popular.
Well, you did tell me that, like, she was Bias said Mariah Floyd Part 2. You did tell me that this was like first of all, that platform that white girl has, it's supposed to be like ironic, right?
Yeah, she does like dry comedy humor. It's real kind of corny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was disturbing.
Yeah.
That was disturbing. But how do you know that this person, Sukiyana? Well, first of all, what is she known for? Why is she known? Why do people know her?
She do music, but she started out as an Instagram creator, and she was making viral videos. Like her videos was basically fake situations. Like she might go into Rite Aid and be like, where the Plan Bs? Because these niggas nutted at me and I don't know who the baby. And she'll just, make a bunch of crazy stuff. She'll jump on the counter and start twerking and say, bitch, we need some Plan Bs. And then girls start singing. It was just a bunch of random ratchet ignorance like that.
Oh, like that dude, Boonk
Yeah.
Gang.
Yeah, she's like the female version of that. She jumped on a dude car and was like, why you leaving? I'm gonna suck your dick. Come back in the house. And he like, man, get off my car. He driving down the street with her in the car and stuff. It was just random dumb shit that was, getting her attention and building her followers, and to the point where people they know you before you walk in the rooms. So it was working, and people just kept gravitating towards it. Now she done maneuvered the platform to now where she's doing music and she's acting and stuff, but the character you created is still a negative platform. You're just able to make money off of it, but it's not nothing positive or nothing that young women should gravitate towards.
The thing about doing that self-exploiting for, you know, attention and so forth, and then trying to leverage it based upon the audience they're able to garner, the amount of attention you're able to get, so that you can launch into something else. It doesn't like there's that impact. Oh, people know me now.
Yeah.
So now I see you, Tom. Hold on. So people know me now. So now I can go into this and go into that, go into this. That isn't the only impact of that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just I've done all this stuff, I've exploited myself and so forth. So now I can, do these other things, get acting opportunities, make some music or whatever. There's there's the other shoe.
Yeah.
So, you getting a little benefits from it now, whatever. But at some point, it's like a boomerang. It's gonna come back at some point, and when it's come back, you're gonna be going the other way. It's gonna smack you in the back of the head, split your shit.
She was on a platform, and a rapper was like trying to kiss her in the mouth and stuff, and they was talking about how she's a victim and all that. And I was just like, I get it. You shouldn't be trying to kiss a random woman in the mouth.
Yeah.
But if she's talking
That's
about
sexual assault.
Yeah, it is. But the sentiment of if she's walking around with her ass out, titties out, talking about how she wants to suck everybody's dick and lick everybody's ass, you might think that this woman is open to just overt, sexual behavior. So she was with DJ A1 on Candy Coated, and DJ A1 showing her pictures of his dick and stuff, and she like, I don't want to see that. But it's like, you tell the world you licking niggas' asses and sucking toes and licking dicks. Like, you don't want to see a dick. Like,
yeah,
you create the energy around you.
Yeah, that right there, that's just the beginning. At the
Yeah.
point at which she doesn't want to play anymore, that's when they really gonna say, okay, now that you don't want to play that part anymore, now we really gonna lay it on.
Yeah.
And now when you start popping up in the thing with the picture of your baby and all kind of shit, that's when we really gonna start laying. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Buyer. Thank you, bro. Salute to you too. So that's my brother Tom, Street Dreams out of DC, a live one out of DC. What's going on, Tom?
I'm fine, brother. You know what? I called Michelle and Tommy and everybody after Tuesday, right? I said, why Cavallo put me on 20-year-old blast? Hey, nephew, my daughter and my kids and Michelle was laughing like shit because I raised a good family. But
Sure
they
did.
know, and I told her, Michelle, what you say. She said, and you know that's right. Tell my brother, and you know that's right. Man, shut the hell up, girl. You ain't raised these kids by your damn self. Go ahead, Cavallo.
No, go ahead.
I said, Cavallo said, yeah, he was a boat-smoking, gun-toting, gangster-ass, crazy motherfucker.
Man,
I don't know how she dealt with his ass.
Tom coming, man, they be like, yo, let's go. Tom is on this fucking, Tom coming over here. You know what the fuck he's gonna do? Hey, let me tell you a Tom story. And this is an example of what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about this Dookie girl? At some point, it's gonna be like this, right? So one night, Tom had he had these mean trucks, like Suburbans, right? Mean, rimmed up, beautiful paint job. So he had a green one, right? A forest green joint. So he leaving, hanging out one night, and he decides that he's on the highway on like 695 or something like that. He's on the fucking highway. And he decides he's going to get out of the driver's seat, sit his fat ass on the window, and steer from sitting outside on the window of the truck. And of course, he crashed the shit out this brand new, beautiful fucking truck. So he calls me and tells me, yo, bro, I just crashed my motherfucking truck. That's how you crash your truck, Tom. He said, man, I don't know, man. I just got outside. I was feeling good, man. I just got out and sat on the motherfucking window like, yeah, motherfuckers, what, nigga? What? I was like, what kind of crazy shit is that, man? That's that motherfucking Love Boat, boy.
Yeah, man. DC,
Crazy
listen,
motherfucker.
that was a DC thing back then. I
Yes, it
think,
was.
let me tell you something. Because I watched the James Brown bio the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah, it
And
was good. I watched it.
James Brown was a genius, but you know he smoked boat
Yes, he
100
did.
miles an hour.
Yes, he did.
But he never stopped. That was the thing.
Yeah,
I
he
thank
did.
God I don't smoke, I don't drink. My bad habit is this shit right here.
Them
And look
fucking
what the
cigarettes.
box say. You see what it say? These
How,
come from Jamaica.
how
That's it.
long have I been on you about them cigarettes?
Forever, since day one. Since day one.
Every single time. I say, yo, stop playing with that fucking cigarette. Nigga. Like,
Yep.
shit is
But
death.
that's it.
They're death.
That's it, brother. Only thing I drink is water. That's it. I listen,
I'm proud
Caballo,
of you.
when you said that about the being in the woods or whatever, I live on my family got $1 million property in Maryland. We the first black people on 301 with a big property. And
The horse farm, right?
yeah, horse ranch, right? We got race horses. They all at the track right now. But anyway, once me and Michelle separated, I came up here because it's like the Kennedy compound. If anybody know about the Kennedys, where all the relatives can go on the compound, they going through something, et cetera, et cetera.
That's the dream.
And so that was the best thing. Me and Michelle talked for about an hour yesterday. She probably on here looking now.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing happened to me was her telling me I had to go because I was going hard in the street. And if I didn't come up here, I'd be honest with you, and I tell everybody that I might be dead because I ain't play. I ain't never stopped playing with nobody. I am who I am. I'm gonna tell you, my nephew something. Hey nephew, this how G I am. Backyard had one of the biggest go-go bands in the city, and Slim Charles, the dude from the Wire, was the leader. But his go-go got number gangsters from uptown in
Slim,
it. Period.
that's my nigga Slim. You remember Slim from the Wire?
I remember Slim.
Guess what your uncle did, man? I took your daddy to the go-go by myself, just me and my goddamn gun. Where he got on $500,000 worth of Don Diva chain, and that's why I liked him, because your father was a soldier, still is. Man, when I first met him, the first two things he asked me, after he told me don't touch him, that's how, let me tell you a story how I met your dad. In Las Vegas, the magazine show where all the clothing people go. So this is my first time ever going. 2000 and what's that? 4 or 5,
No,
whatever it was.
I think it was 4. It was 4.
Okay, 4. So I see your dad at the entrance door of the this big ass place that's bigger than this damn ranch, and I see everybody going to him. I see Kamora Russell because they had a big display. Puffy, everybody, Nelly, Mark Echo, everybody going up to this people, and I didn't know who they was until after I met your dad. And for everybody that's on Cavallo line, let me tell you something. This man is the realest. Cause one thing a lot of people don't know, like be listening to Cavallo and think or whatever. This what I do. This my hobby. This my clothing brand.
Yes.
I'm like that in my city. You know what I'm saying? This man came to my store and was in my store. I can show you how real he is. That's him in my store. That's your dad in my house. That's your sister and your dad. And he the only goddamn black person in that fucking apartment building.
I took AV down there. That's right. He came up to the to Yonkers, drove up from DC, got us and drove us down to DC and hung out all day long. And we was going to different stores, right? You know, I'm setting up retail things, right? We walk in the store and this nigga goes, "Hey Slim, my man got the Don Diva magazines. Buy some." Go to the next spot. "Hey Slim, my man got the Don Diva magazines. Buy some." Okay, Tom, we're buying. How many we're buying? He made everybody. I came back. I had no magazines. Made everybody buy magazines. Like,
and nephew,
reach for retail, like 50 copies here, 50 copies here, 20 copies here, like that. And then drove us all the way back to New York, and then drove all the way back to DC. Same day.
Nephew, look at this picture. the night I met your father, and I'm gonna tell you what he said to me. But I want you to see this picture. That's him in my kitchen, but that's him taking me to dinner that
Hold
night.
it lower. Hold it lower. We couldn't see it. Hold it lower. Hold the camera lower. Yep. Yeah. I remember that night. House
And
his houses, ridiculous. Big as a motherfucker. I'm talking before he started staying at the ranch. His houses, him, his wife, and his big as a motherfucker, nigga.
that's why this why I told your dad I gotta give him his props, because I know everybody when I repost this, when I reposted Tuesday, everybody hit my ass like, he know your ass, don't he, Tom? I said, yeah. I said, but do he know how smart you is, Tom? Why everybody look up to you? A lot of people don't know this about me. No, I know you know, because you don't fuck with no BAMs. You told me that from day one. Well, we say BAMs down here, but you told me you don't fuck with no anybody. But a lot of people don't know that the whole time I was doing all that shit, I was the first African American to have a hallmark in the United States. You can go on my Facebook page and you'll see me with 20 white people. I'm the only black person on the picture at Kansas City at Hallmark University. My family owned 30 McDonald's. I was the GM of 8 of them.
Yep.
I had the biggest Toys R Us in our city. A big snowstorm collapsed my roof or whatever. Store manager. I've been the boss of every job that I had, because I wanted my kids to not see that image of no street shit. And Michelle will tell you that I ain't bring that shit home. I was like that in the streets, but I ain't bring it home. And I wanted them to see mommy in the federal government making 6 figures, a productive lady dressed up. I wanted them to see me like that. And that's what's missing right now in society right now. These kids don't have no cool father like Cavallo. I look at my little nephew. I remember when they was Cavallo. I remember you showed me all the pictures and talked to him back then. I don't know if he remember, but I was talking to you back when you was 15, man.
Yeah.
That's how long ago it was.
He remembers. He doesn't forget anything. His memory is fucking like a steel trap.
But when I look at him, it makes me think about
from New York to New Jersey to where we live. He's 5. Like, how the fuck? Well, yeah, no doubt.
When I look at your son,
Healthy boy.
What's that, nephew?
No, I was saying what's up to my man Ralph.
When I look at my nephew and I think about my kids, I say something your dad told me, man, 20 years ago, and I hope everybody listening to this. He said when he first came to my house and saw the neighborhood I lived in, came on the street, it was a black van following us that came from Harlem. It was his security. And when he got on my street, he just took his hand out the window and gave the finger like turn around, and them motherfuckers left. Cause I said, hey man, somebody following me all the way home.
I didn't know him. I met him in Vegas. So I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't know him. So, you know.
But they turned their ass around, and your dad came in the house and saw the kids and how we was or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was so proud, just because I told him when I first met him. Let me tell you how that. When I first met Cavallo, y'all, I saw all them people like I told y'all. So I walked up to him and I touched him. And guess what he said? Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
You hear me, nephew? Just like, I swear to God on my kids, that's what he said, America. He said, don't touch me. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm a Libra. I'm just touching Philly like that. And I walked away. But guess what? This show you how much real he is and how much respect I got for this man to this day. And I don't respect a lot of people because my ass like that. So if I say I love you and I respect you, I fuck with you $100 grand. And I'll put on a ski mask for your ass. I was going to walk away, and your dad said, hey, come back here, man. And when I came back to him, I said, I ain't mean no harm, sir. I said, I know what that magazine is. That's the street Bible. You know what I'm saying? My brother was doing 20-something years. I said, I send a book to my brother, right?
Sure enough.
So he said, where you from, man? I said, D.C. He said, can you fight? I said, yeah. He said, you smoke that shit? I said, yeah, and I sell it. And your dad said, let's walk.
Yep.
Man, he
Yep.
introduced me to everybody.
Yep. That's a fact. That's verbatim.
Everybody.
That's verbatim. That's verbatim. That's right.
Look,
That's
see me and Ray J.
yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. This nigga hold on some pictures too. That's crazy.
Look.
Hey yo, we got Timmy. Look at that. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that shit. That's crazy.
They're gonna
I remember
look, there go the van in front of the store.
lower a little bit. Lower a little bit. Let me see that one. Yo, that's crazy. Look.
I was probably sitting in that mug, burning
you
up.
were.
No AC.
Yeah, you was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
He didn't. Your father ain't drive that shit. That's your little ass up on
Yeah.
that damn picture.
That's
I
crazy.
know.
That nigga could drive. Yo, back then that nigga could drive 20 hours straight. I
So
look
there
up, I
y'all
be like,
go.
"Yo, you all right?"
Everybody
He
get.
like, "Mhm."
Hey,
Nigga
nephew.
had gas on his chest like a motherfucker. That nigga loves to drive.
There y'all go. So everybody who was listening Tuesday when he was talking about, and your friend just posted, yeah, I remember his little ass used to drive. There you go. There go the van right there. Cavallo ain't drive that. His son was driving.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, bro. We
I
got about
love
9 minutes
y'all.
left. I want to close out with my son and chop it up. We're gonna be doing this every Tuesday and Thursday. We're gonna build it up and really start getting into because he and I have some very heavy conversations, and we're gonna start kind of getting into that whatever. I want people to really see what the dynamic is and what it should be. I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of the man he is and the father that he is. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
I'm proud
And,
of you too, man.
yeah, man. No doubt. No doubt. You know what I mean? So, we're gonna build, man. It's Pop and his son, you know what I mean? And I wanna really let the world know like how proud I am of this young man, and we're gonna do some shit. We're gonna show him how it's done, man. So my love to you and yours, man. Tell everybody I said
Always.
what's up. All right, and
I will.
be
I love
easy.
y'all, man.
Love you too, brother.
Okay, go.
Peace.
Peace.
Tom. Oh man, that's my motherfucking man right there, boy.
And I remember you. I knew you was. I knew it had to be somebody in that store because you would go in there and be talking for hours
Our words.
and come out with clothes for us. Yeah, he got y'all some the kids and the sneakers and the shorts and the damn, that shit was lit.
We had a great time, bro. We really did. It was a unique time because you can just hang up, Tom.
Okay.
It was a unique time because we were establishing something. I had never done anything legitimate. I had never had a job. I had never been a part of the mainstream world, The most normal thing I did was come home to you guys, and be a father. And I was being a father in a way that had not been displayed for me. The men that were my father figures, while my father was in prison, they showed me how to harm people. They showed me how to use guns and use weapons and ice picks and straight razors and shit like that. You know what I mean? They didn't. I guess from time to time we would go to like that picture with me and Kim and Nina. We went to Coney Island with Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Before your grandmother made him disappear. And then we went to I remember going with her and her husband June, who she killed, to Coney Island, Coney Island as well, but they were the kind of normalcy that I created for our experience. It was just as much for me as it was for y'all, because I always felt like, I would see them, transacting millions of dollars. And I didn't have any issue with where we lived, you know what I mean? But when I got older, I was like, damn, all that fucking money, like, why were we living, all right, we living on the concourse in the Bronx, and it was a different thing when we got there, whatever. But, like, why didn't we live in a fucking nice house somewhere in the fucking suburbs, like what I provided for y'all. Like, why didn't you do that? You know? And it was because that wasn't their world. You know what I mean? And had they made those kinds of choices, then I would have probably done some different things from jump because I would have saw some different things. I didn't see no different things. And I wanted you guys to have the opportunity. You know, your older brother, he ended up, you know, he was being raised by a younger version of me, right? And he ended up in all the trouble he ended up in, you know, catching a body at 6. How old was Rick when he caught that body?
14.
14. 14 years old. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, those kinds of things were the result of the influence that I was as his father at 16 years old, you know, being a wild young street nigga, 16 fucking years old, you know, and his outcomes are what were making me see what the impact is. Like, he is acting in response to my influence as I was acting in response to my parents' influence. And that's, you know, what drove me to make sure that I was presenting you guys with alternative perspectives as to what is possible and what you can be and how life can be for y'all, you know. And yeah, man, I'm proud of the outcome, you know. I raised men, you know what I'm saying? I can proudly say I raised men. Stand up, you know, like motherfucker self-respecting, demand respect men, and not this weird shit that I see on a regular basis on this social media shit, on the internet and all of that shit, you know. And these are the kinds of things that I want to build on. You know, I want to get into the perspectives that, you know, you have as a young person in this society and the things that are happening now and stuff like that. Before we get off of here, we got about 3 minutes. What are some of the things that you want to go into, you know, when we get back on here on Tuesday? You know, what are some?
You know, we could go into, you know, the beginning stages of yeah, like what you're saying about that's your first legal job, and I was like right there and watching. So, you know, I was learning stuff, but I didn't really know what I was learning. I just knew,
Yeah.
you know, you got to put in the work and you got to get out there, and you're not above anything when you trying to create something. You got to be willing to put in the work, and, you know, ain't no person too small or too big, or, you know, anybody you should look over. Everybody has a value and has a space. So it's just, you know, learn the value and then move according to what you understand and what you know.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of value to be able to come across. You know, obviously, I want to Parker Burners, what's going on? Sneaker File, what's happening? Tap back in on Tuesday when we doing this again, man. You know, when Pop and Son building and you know talking about real shit. We ain't gonna hold nothing back. Y'all know I don't hold nothing back. And you know, he's acting a little reserved now, but trust me.
Yeah, I'm the wild one. I'm the person that show up to family events with 3 women and shit and make everybody with their wife feel like, what the fuck going on with this nigga? Like, that's me. Yeah,
You know, he's being moderate right now. Trust me. Me and my wife be looking at it. I be like, look at this shit that fucking Ty fucking put on him. She like, I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, we're proud of you because you're you. And thank you, Define Culture. The growth is amazing. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. And it's going to continue, you know.
7 o'clock.
What you plan on doing? What you plan on doing this weekend? What you going to be doing?
Comedy
What you gonna be
show. I'm filming with we finishing our first episode of my pilot, and then we filming 2 more episodes. And you know, I'll be here in Atlanta doing comedy and, you know, filming.
That's what's up.
Comedy.
That's what's up, man. It's gonna be a hell of a year, man. 2024, man. You got to map it out. You know what I'm saying? And really make it do what it do.
Yeah.
We have 59 minutes and 6, 7, 8 seconds, whatever. Usually it cut off in like the last 28 seconds. You don't exactly get to 60 minutes.
It's like a jail phone. They'd be like, "Thank you for secure us."
Oh, those motherfuckers.
You like, this
Those
motherfucker, I
motherfuckers.
hate that bitch. You got 10 seconds left. You like, oh, bitch, I hate you. That's the worst thing you could do is argue with your girl while you're in jail, nigga. You might as well just slit your wrist, cut your neck. That shit hell.
If we could talk about some of that, some of those experiences, you know, that you had at a point, You know, no, I mean, no, he ain't never did no time and no shit like that, but he
What just
definitely
did
caught
some dumb
himself
shit.
some dumb shit, you know.
Dumb
But
shit.
it's all
I
love.
had a streak of dumb shit that I was beating.
I love you, son. I'll talk to you.
Love you too.
Talk to you later.
All right.